the three-column cash book. Hello, welcome to this session. Welcome to the session that is going to summarize and teach us on how best we can handle questions related to the three-column cash book. When you look at this question, every person can see it clearly. It goes, the following information relates to the books of accounts of Stephania for the month of June 2002. On June 1st, Stephania had cash at hand of 5,000. And on the same date, she had cash at bank of 10,000. On the 2nd, Stephania received the cash from Wilson, less 4% gap discount. This is what we are talking about now. When in the previous videos, we've seen how to calculate a cash discount. So we are now going to treat it when it is given to us inside the three-column cash book. On the 3rd, paid Musa by check, 6,500. On 10th, paid rent in cash of 6,750 shillings. On the 15th of the same month, he received a check from Lukia of shillings 6,500. And on the 17th, Stefan paid Juliet's account by cash, but you less 2% discount at shillings 9,500. On the 25th, Stefan received the cash from Anita, you less 2% discount from this amount, which is 8,000. Now, on the 30th, Stefan paid cash into bank. Now, a contra entry is coming again. Stefan paid cash into bank. Contra entry coming in here. We are going to see how to handle it. Of 8,500. What are we required of? We are required to prepare a three-column cash book that is duly balanced. Follow me up here so that we do it clearly. When you look at this format that is drawn here, we have the date, details, column, folio. Now, purposely is called a three-column because it has three amounts columns. The first column here is the discount. The discount, but discount allowed. Now, someone may ask, no, but you said this side is the receiving side of a cash book. Now, how comes discount allowed is written on the debit side, yet it is an expense? Yes. You can never allow a discount on something you've not sold. How do you demand where you didn't lend money? So here, you only allow a discount after you receiving money either from sales or from other sources. That's why we have discount allowed in here on the debit side. So don't forget the currency units. Here you have the cash column. Don't forget the currency units and the bank. And don't forget the currency units. Now, the same things we've done here, you just transfer them to the other side. Why? As we are receiving money, we are also losing at one point. So these are the expenses that we make. So we have the same columns. You have debt, details, folio, discount, received. Why discount received this side? It is because you only receive a discount after making an expenditure. You buy something, now they give you a deduction of what you were supposed to pay, and then if they allow, or they give you a discount, you will appreciate and say, wow, I've received a reduction amount I was meant to pay previously. That's why we put it here. And it's always in currency units as well. Here you have your cash and bank. So this is the format of the three-column cash book. Now, according to the question in there that we've seen, on first, the amount that a business has on the first day of opening, we take it as capital, or we call them balances. So the balance, this is 1st of June. We have balance brought down of how much? When you check, we said cash at hand was 5,000. That is what we put under the cash column, simply because this amount was here at hand. So it was in cash form. So cash was 5,000. And on the same date, this person has a balance brought down from the previous month, which was May now, of 10,000. Now, after writing that, you check the next date. The next date in the question is second, received the cash from Wilson, less 4% cash discount. Now, we are receiving money from Wilson. If you're receiving money from Wilson, but we are supposed to have a discount from that money. Which discount is that? That one qualifies to be discount allowed. Why? As you are receiving money, it is you who is allowing the other person a deduction. You are giving out a reduction in the actual price, and you call that a discount allowed. So as you are receiving money from Wilson, how much? It is 6,250. So they want you to calculate that discount, which is 4%. 4%. How much do we get?
250.
Sorry?
250.
250. So on 2nd of June, we are receiving money from Wilson, and this amount of money was 6,250, but had a discount of 4%. So the discount is put here, which is 250, put it where it's supposed to go. And the remaining amount is what we actually received from Wilson, which is now 6,000. Now you see, that's why discount allowed is put here, simply because we are meant to receive 6,500. But eventually we received 6,000 because we gave a deduction to Wilson. Okay, check the other date. The other date is 3rd, paid Musa by check, shillings 6,500. If you pay, if you spend, the money will normally record it on the credit side of a cash book. So when you say paid Musa, so which date? It is 3rd June. We are paying Musa. How much are we paying? How much are we paying Musa? How much are we paying Musa? Paid Musa by cash, shillings?
It's 6,500.
6,000. Is it by cash?
Yes.
6,500. When you check again on the 10th, paid rent in cash. How much did we pay for rent?
6,750.
So on which date?
It was on 10th.
On 10th
June.
June. So we have rent. Is it by cash or check?
It's by cash.
By cash, how much?
6,750.
1,750. Now, when you check at this, we are making entries. When you look, excuse me, when you look at this, 3rd June, Musa, make sure this one corresponds well. Musa is 6,000.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes?
It's by check. Musa, it's 6,500. It's by check.
By check, eh?
Yes.
Thank you. 6,500. Thank you so much. So if it is by check, you put it under bank. If it is by cash, you put it under cash. So on 10th June, rent, we paid rent worth 6,750. Which other date? From 10th?
15th.
15th? What happened on the 15th?
Received a check.
Received a check. If we receive, where do we put? We put that amount of money on the debit, sir? On the debit, sir? On the debit side. So it is on the 15th
June.
We received money from?
Lucia.
Received a check from Rukia. So we received from Rukia a check of
6,500.
6,500. Yes. Which other date?
17th.
17th. What happened on the 17th?
Paid Juliet.
Paid?
Paid Juliet to his account.
Paid Juliet. 17th?
17th.
Paid Juliet by cash. Okay. Now, we have Juliet here. Juliet, good that this transaction is just ahead of me here. Now, it is 2% of 9,500. So these two will cancel. Remember, when we say paid Juliet, so it is us who are paying out this amount of money. So as we are paying out this amount of money, it means it is us who are receiving a discount. So we are receiving a discount because we are paying out money to Juliet. So on the 17th, you come on the credit side, 17th, Juliet. Juliet. How much is the discount?
190.
100?
90.
190 shillings. And how much are we remaining with, and in which column? So we have the discount allowed of 190. Discount received of 190 from Juliet. Now the question is, how much are we putting in one of these columns? So if the transaction was by check, it goes under bank. Was by cash, it goes under the cash column. As per this transaction, paid Juliet account by cash. So we are having this column. So how much we put here? We get the total amount that we had previously, which was 9,500, subtract of 190. How much do we remain with? When you subtract,
It's 9,310.
sorry?
9,310.
9,310. That one? Okay, thank you.
Yes.
So look at the other transaction, which is, look at the transaction in the question. Which transaction is that? Which other date in the
25th.
transaction? 20?
5th.
What happened on the 25th?
Received cash from Air.
Received the cash
Anita.
received the cash from Anita. So we are the one who's receiving cash again. When we are receiving cash, we subtract. We subtract a discount. But this time round, it is us who are allowing this discount. So it is us, the business, that is losing some little amount of money because we are appreciating someone for either buying large quantities or paying us promptly. So we shall say on the 25th, receive the cash from Anita. So since this is a cash account, it is 2.5 means 2.5 out of 100 times 8,000. So these two zeros will go. You see this point goes with this zero. So you have 25 by 8. Which amount do you have?
200.
200. So we allowed a discount of 200 to Anita. We don't know what happened to this because we are now owning Stephania's question or Stephania's business. But in actual sense, Stephanie allowed a discount of 200 to Anita to either having paid by cash promptly or having bought a lot of items, and that is a discount. So how much do we remain with?
7,800.
7,800 under cash. Now, from 25th, we have another transaction, and that is 30th. Pay the cash into bank. Now, going back to the two-column cash book, we said whenever we say pay the cash into bank, the cash account loses to bank, and the bank receives from cash. So on the date which is 30th of June, so we have the money going into bank, paid cash into bank. So the bank account receives 8,500. This one is a contra entry. The bank account is receiving from cash. After writing it here, kindly go to the opposite side, which is the CR side, and do the same treatment. So it is the 30th of the same month. Now it is the cash account now that lost. It lost 8,500. It is a contra entry. It lost it to bank. It lost it to bank. That's how we treat a contra entry. And after writing that, join me as we are going to balance this three-column cash book. Balancing is simple. For as long as you know that you get the totals on both sides of this cash book, on the credit side and on the debit side. After getting the totals in each column, get the totals independently in each column. For the cash, get the totals on the debit, get the total on the credit of cash. First balance that column. After on the bank, get the total for bank on the debit and get the total for bank on the credit. Also balance that account alone. For discounts, don't balance. Just get the totals, leave them there the way they are. Ready? Let us move. So when you look at this, for discount, just add this total and put it here. Leave it at that. When you add 250 plus 200, you get 420. 50 shillings. Leave it at this. Don't continue anywhere. Now, get me the total of cash on the debit.
It's 18,800.
This is DR cash. How much?
18,800.
18,800. Now, get me the total for cash on the credit. Credit side, cash. On the credit side, cash, how much? This is 18,800. Now, get me the total for cash on the credit side. Kindly hurry up with your calculators. How much?
24,560.
24,560.
Yes.
Right now, after getting the two totals, here we are. We are balancing a three-column cash book. And we started with only the cash column. After getting the totals on cash, and of cash on the credit and of cash on the debit, get the difference between these two totals. When you get the difference, get me the difference between these two totals. The total for cash on the credit and the total for cash on the debit. Get me the difference. After getting the difference, first get me the difference. How much is the difference between the two figures?
It's 5,760.
Sorry?
5,000.
10,000?
It's 5,000.
5,000?
760.
5,760. Is it this? If this is what you're getting as the difference between the two, what you do, you check the side that had a bigger figure. When you look at this and this, probably the credit side had a bigger figure in this sense. Write this total on the side that is bigger. After putting it there, go to the side that had a smaller figure, which is now the debit side, and call this amount balance carried down. So let's move. So you come on the credit side, which since it had a bigger figure for cash, which is 24,560. That side of the cash book, which is the debit side. Now, what you do, you write the difference between these two figures and call it balance carried down. So when you come here, on the last date of that month, if you check the last date of the month that you're using, if it is June and its last date is 30th, then you say 30th of June. Even if this figure is 30th, please rewrite it if it is the last date. Even if this figure, even if we didn't have 30th and we stopped on the 15th, we do this on the last date of the month. So you call this one balance carried down, and you put the difference in this column, which difference is 5,760. Now, when you add this, 5,000 plus 6,000, that is 11,000, plus 7,800, that's 18,800, and then you add on this, you're going to get the other figure exactly, which becomes 24,560. And if you see the two figures looking similar, you put a smile and underline the figure, an implication that it has balanced off. It has balanced off. So after doing that, do the same for bank. Get me the total for bank on the debit side.
23,800.
Hold on. Bank, how much?
23,800.
800. Then get me the total for bank on the credit side.
6,500.
6,500. Now, when you look at these two, the biggest figure is on the debit side. So we are going to do like we've done for cash. We are balancing a cash book. Kindly be patient and understand this. So get the difference between these two figures. Which figure do you get?
It's 17,300.
17,300. You see this difference? This difference shall be added on this figure so that we can balance it off with this. So what you do, you go the side that had a bigger figure, which is the debit, put this figure there. Let's move. So it is 23,800. After writing this figure here, don't write anything this side because it's the biggest of the two columns. So you go on the side that had a smaller figure on the last date of the month, which is the 30th. Now you call this one balance carried down. We said we call the difference carried down, and you write this figure under bank, which is 17. What's this? I want a difference. Now, when you get this and add on this, you end up getting the same figure as this one, which is 23,800. And when you see this figure looking similar like that, then you say it has balanced off. Again, you double underline. Before you forget, get me the total for discount on the credit side. It is just one figure, which is 190. Just leave it at that. Don't balance it off. We are not yet done. After doing the balancing is only complete if you show us the balance brought down or balance brought forward. When you look at this, what you call balance carried down on the side that had a smaller figure is what we call balance brought down on the side that had a bigger figure. We are starting with cash. On the cash, in the cash column, the credit side had a bigger figure than the debit side. How do you know it? Because you put carried down on the debit. An implication that this figure was, the total here was smaller than the total on the other side. So what you do, you go to the credit side, since they had a bigger figure, then you say, on the first date of the following month, which is now on 1st of July. If this was July, we would write 1st August. If it was August, we would write 1st September. You call the amount balance brought down, you put it under the total of the cash, which is what was carried down? 5,760. Now, after writing that, look at this column. It had only one figure. That was 6,500. So after having this, realize that the bigger total was on the debit side. Kindly remove the debit side and do the needful. So we come to the debit side and we look for the banker column. Since they had a bigger figure, so we say on 1st of July, balance brought down. We put this figure, what we call carried down is what we call brought down, 17,300. Now, someone may ask, why is it that what we call carried down is what we call brought down? The reason is simple. What you call carried down are the profits or losses you've made at a particular evening or a particular closure of business in a particular month. So what you end with today is what you start with the following day. That's why what we call brought down is the same as carried down previously. That's the only reason. So thank you for watching. Catch you later. Enjoy as you learn.